All right, welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a pretty fascinating experiment today, one that really challenges how we approach website automation. Our source material details a rigorous, side-by-side test of 5 of the most popular WordPress chatbot plugins out there. The researchers' main goal? To cut through all that marketing fluff and find out which one is actually worth your time, your money, and your server space. So that brings us to the big question. Which WordPress chatbot actually works? Because let's be real for a second. If you look at these plugins on the surface, they all promise you the world. They've all got these slick landing pages claiming to automate your entire life. But when the testers actually installed them and ran them through real-world scenarios, the differences were absolutely massive. Today, we're going to use the data to separate the real AI automation tools from what are essentially just glorified contact forms. To figure this out, we're going to follow a clear path today. First, the chatbot experiment. Second, 4 popular contenders. Third, enter WP ChatBox. Fourth, the 5 winning features. And finally, the final scorecard. Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1, the chatbot experiment. Before we name any names, we really have to establish the ground rules. As a small business owner, you probably don't care about vanity metrics. You care about practicality. So the testers evaluated the contenders, Tidio, LiveChat, Intercom, Crisp, and WP ChatBox, strictly against 5 criteria. Ease of installation, because honestly, who has time to wrestle with API keys? AI quality, is it actually smart or just a rigid script? Multilingual support, can it talk to a global audience? Lead capture, is it actively growing your business? And finally, pricing, is it going to bankrupt you? Let's keep this rule of 5 in mind as we go. Moving right along to Section 2, 4 popular contenders. Let's kick things off with Tidio. Now, it boasts a beautiful interface and a really appealing free tier for beginners, but reality sets in pretty quickly. That free tier, it only gives you rigid, rule-based scripts. They don't actually understand what your customer is typing. The second you want true, natural language AI, the price shoots up dramatically. Plus, the test revealed that if you want multilingual support, you have to get ready for a ton of tedious manual setup. Next up, we've got LiveChat. Honestly, it's an incredibly solid product if you have a dedicated human support team available around the clock. However, it simply isn't designed for full hands-off AI automation. And to make matters tougher for automation, their pricing scales per agent per month. For a small team, those costs are going to multiply incredibly fast. Then there's the heavyweight, Intercom. It undeniably offers massive power with incredible AI features and super deep integrations. But the catch? It's brutal enterprising pricing. We're talking hundreds of dollars a month, which the testers noted is just completely unrealistic for your standard WooCommerce store. Plus, the setup is highly complex. You practically need a dedicated tech operations team just to get it configured. Our 4th contender is Crisp. It offers a generous free plan and a super clean live chat interface. But much like LiveChat, it's really built for live human teams. The data shows its AI automation kind of feels like an afterthought rather than a core feature. And just like Tidio, its multilingual features demand that you manually configure each and every single language. Let's move to and see how this dolds. Section 3, enter WP ChatBox. After putting the big 4 through their paces, the testing moved to a 5th contender under the exact same scenarios. Same WordPress site, same test questions, same criteria. And the data here is definitive. WP ChatBox came out on top in every single real-world test. Where the others struggled with manual setups, rigid scripts, or astronomical pricing, the experiment found this plugin completely flipped the script on what a small business can actually expect from a chatbot. So, how did it happen? Let's break down the evidence in Section 4, the 5 winning features. We start with the number 3. That is the number of minutes it takes to install this plugin. Think about that for a second. You don't have to wrestle with a complex setup wizard, you don't need to create third-party accounts, and you don't have to figure out messy API integrations. You literally upload the zip file, hit activate, and the chat widget is live on your site. It is exactly the kind of plug-and-play solution WordPress users actually want. Once it was installed, the testers experienced the second winning feature, true natural language AI. WP ChatBox does not use those frustrating rigid scripts we saw with the competitors' free tiers. It's powered by actual OpenAI ChatGPT technology. When the testers typed in complex natural language questions, the bot didn't get confused or spit out a generic "I don't understand" message. It comprehended the intent and answered correctly every single time. This quote, right from the source material, captures the essence of the next feature perfectly. It's your bot, trained on your business data. You aren't just dropping a generic AI bot onto your site. You fill in a business data field with your specific products, your prices, your return policies, your shipping rules, and suddenly, the bot transforms. It uses that exact information to give highly accurate, perfectly tailored answers directly to your customers. Feature number 3, automatic multilingual support. While other plugins required manual configuration for every single language, WP ChatBox supports English, French, Arabic, Spanish, and Chinese out of the box, completely automatically. In the tests, when a user typed a question in Arabic, the bot instantly understood and replied in perfect Arabic. When someone typed in French, they got an instant French response. No manual toggles, no extra setup, it just works. Moving on to feature 4, lead capture. A great chatbot shouldn't just answer questions. It should actively grow your business while you sleep. Here is the automated process WP ChatBox uses. Step 1. Before the chat even starts, it captures the visitor's name, country, and email. Step 2. The chat session begins immediately, providing instant value. Step 3. The full conversation, timestamps, and lead data are completely logged right inside your WordPress admin dashboard. Finally, feature number 5 brings us to the bottom line, pricing. Because hey, all this amazing technology doesn't really matter if it eats up your profit margins, right? The researchers found WP Chatbox offers genuine ChatGPT-level AI automation at a fraction of the cost of enterprise giants like Intercom and totally avoids the per-agent penalties of LiveChat. For small and medium WordPress sites, this is how you get premium, hands-off AI without those brutal monthly fees. All right, let's wrap this up. Section 5, the final scorecard. We've covered a massive amount of ground today, so let's summarize the findings. Tidio is fine for beginners, but those AI upgrades are going to cost you. LiveChat is excellent if you have human support teams sitting at their desks, but it fails at full automation. Intercom is incredibly powerful for enterprise companies, but the setup and pricing are just brutal. Crisp is good for live teams, but the AI is definitely an afterthought. And then there's WP Chatbox. For small to medium WordPress sites, it emerged as the clear, affordable, fully automated choice. Which leaves us with one final, pretty provocative thought. We know the installation takes just 3 minutes, so could you have a fully working, highly intelligent AI chatbot installed and running on your site before this explainer even ends? Well, based on the data we've reviewed today, the answer is absolutely yes. If you want to see this in action for yourself, head over to WPChatbox.com and put that 3-minute setup to the test. Thanks so much for joining me to explore the source material today. I hope this structured look at the data empowers you to make the absolute smartest choice for your website. Keep learning, keep optimizing, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.